First quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
Kene Nwangu now out of his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
At the 17-yard line.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football overtime, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
From the red zone now, Cousins. That'll be caught. Rager with it. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing again on second down. Cousins, and he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now third down.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Vikings! Jalen Rager, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. The return is Jones from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Fields and the Bears now with a first and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll begin by running the option. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Fields going to get that out wide to Mooney. Fields to Mooney for the Chicago first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
First down air.
Here's Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Offense was moving them a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Fields. He's going to look deep for more. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
They're such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
Zadarius Smith switched teams, but never left the NFC North, going from Green Bay to Minnesota in the offseason. Had a back injury in 2021, but 26 sacks in 2 seasons as a Packer prior to that.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Well, the Vikings at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And quite frankly, there wasn't a whole lot to draw on in the loss last week because they were dominating every phase of the game.
Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Fields. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 2.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
with the score Vikings 7, Bears nothing.
A carry for Foreman. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Deontay Foreman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7.
The game at 7. Santos to kick off for Chicago.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Vikings take over first down 10 at their own 18-yard.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin first and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down.
To about the 40-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now it's Fields. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon.
And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. First and 10.
A gain of 15. And the Bears first down.
Now a first down throw. Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10.
Back to throw. Fields. There's Mooney with another catch. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Fields throwing again.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
.44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
That is caught by Josh Oliver. State Spartan.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Cousins.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, it's Cousins.
That'll be caught. It's Rager.
And all the way inside the
before they drop him. 39 yards there, a big one.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7. But they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? On the move to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll throw again. Cousins. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 4th down, field goal try coming, so Cousins is off, and on comes Greg Joseph for Minnesota. Joseph's got it, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. On 1st down, it's Fields. He'll get that underneath to Herbert. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
30-yard line.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man, complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, 52 yards. And the Bears come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10.
14, Vikings 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Nuwanger now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing, Cousins. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
And here's Ryan Wright now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears take over.
First and 10
at the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out.
There he goes, right side. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Khalil Herbert, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game.
Vikings 10. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready and looked for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cousins. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
A loss of 5.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
He'll gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 44-yard line.
Play fake. Cousins.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
To throw is Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. From the gun, it's again to Cook. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are back within a score. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time, they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Cousins will try and throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. On the return is Jones from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
It's a gain of 35. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. On first and 10, it's Herbert. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Fields on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. Second and 10.
puts it on the carpet. It's out. And this belongs to the Vikings.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball. I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now Cook running right. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. This one caught over the middle. It's Oliver, the tight end. Touchdown! Josh Oliver, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Vikings have retaken a third-quarter lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Joseph connects on the extra point,
and that will make this a 4-point game.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. So both offenses come to life. Finish.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
They find some open field here. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Treston Ebner, 70 yards. And the Bears use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
Santos with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Nuwanger now from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Cousins now to throw on first down. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
The offense on third down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 19. To throw, Cousins. It's complete to Cook. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
First down, here's Cousins. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
It's a gain of a yard.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment and shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
Here comes Mooney now in the jet sweep. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 12-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthinking. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
They'll go again with Herbert. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
The Bears field goal. A 22-yard penalty.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
On the return, the Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Cousins on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing is Cousins. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. A really nice knockdown. He gets so much pressure in these situations on defensive backs. What are they taught?
Play the ball, not the man, because if you have a pass interference penalty in this spot, boy, oh boy, you put your team in a bad place.
Cousins to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. They'll run with Cook. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want to.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1. was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Extra bulk up front for second and inches. 3 tight ends. It's Cousins on the sneak. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the fourth quarter. They got the dramatic score to tie the game here late fourth quarter. Now all eyes resting on the foot of one man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Your brother called me before the game. That's his guy in fantasy. He needs this one badly.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defense.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well and end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Now Fields. Zadarius Smith in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. Fields going to keep it once more. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. Well, it took us until the final play chart to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor